Do you know how many satellites orbit the Earth? How often are they launched? How do they work? Do they ever die? When? How? How do the satellites keep going around the Earth? Have you ever wondered? A satellite is a moon, planet, or machine that orbits a planet or star. For example, Earth is a satellite because it orbits the Sun. Likewise, the moon is a satellite because it orbits the Earth.
Satellites help us in our everyday lives, in communication, weather forecast, navigation, space science, and many more. But what keeps them moving around the Earth? Why don't they fall off? Let's explore.
A satellite orbits the Earth when its speed is balanced by the pull of the Earth's gravity. Without this balance, the satellite would fly off into the space or fall back into the Earth. Imagine you're throwing a ball. If you throw it slowly, it will fall close to you. If you throw it harder, it will travel a longer distance.
Now, imagine you're standing on the tallest building in the world, such that the top of the building is sticking out of the earth. Now, throw the ball with some amount of force. It will land here. Now, if you throw it with a greater amount of force, it will land here. Now, if you throw it so hard that it does not reach the ground but circulates around the earth, and careful, it comes and hits you. It is set to an orbit around the earth.
And what's that called? Right, a satellite, just like the moon.
Every time the moon tries to travel this distance in a straight line and wants to go away, the earth nudges it back into orbit. It goes here, it's pulled back again due to the earth's huge centripetal force. That's how the satellites also go around the earth.
As the satellite is launched from the carrier rocket, the rocket thrust acts to throw it in the desired direction at the required speed. The crucial point to understand here is that the satellite speeds up as long as the rocket thrust is acting. Once the rocket motor is switched off, the satellite continues at the final speed achieved, neither slowing down nor speeding up. In this sense, the satellite just keeps going on itself. The gravity is the only force that affects the satellite once it's launched into orbit. Hence, there are no other forces which cause it to slow down or speed up.
If the satellite is thrown out too slowly by the rocket, it will fall into the earth because the centripetal pull of gravity is too great. If the satellite is thrown out too fast, it will escape from the earth's orbit because the gravitational pull is not sufficient to provide the required centripetal force. With the correct launch speed, the satellite continues in its orbit around the earth.
Amazing, isn't it? The Earth's doing all the job. Now you understand that the balance between velocity and the Earth's gravitational pull is required to maintain the satellite in its right orbit.
There are different types of satellites like the polar orbiting satellite, geostationary satellite, and deep space satellite.
In reality, low Earth orbit satellites are not traveling through empty space.
And so experience a resistive force or drag due to the thin atmosphere which they encounter.
In such circumstances, occasional rocket thrusts are needed to maintain the motion of the satellite, otherwise, it will fall back into the Earth.
The ISS is situated in low Earth orbit
And hence needs to travel at a faster pace, that is, have more velocity to keep in orbit and not fall into the Earth. A satellite can continue to operate for more than a decade. We live our lives without knowing that 3,372 satellites orbiting around the Earth help us in our daily activities. They are amazing, isn't it?